Man, last night was a tough pill to swallow. What is going on, everybody? It's your boy Abdullah here, coming at you with another video for the channel. And in today, guys, I'm coming at you with a very, very, very late post-game reaction to the Commanders getting absolutely destroyed in the NFC Championship, 23 to 55 to the Super Bowl bound Philadelphia Eagles. Before I get into the video, please make sure to like, comment, subscribe to the channel, and let's get straight to the video. Yeah, I was so busy doing other things after the game, got caught up with friends and stuff, and just didn't have time to push out this post-game reaction. So we'll call it a post-game reaction. But the Commanders season is officially over. A lot of people, it's okay to be upset. I mean, it was a heartbreaking ending to see us, win a playoff game for the first time since 2005, win 11 plus games in 30 years almost, be upset the number one seed in the Detroit Lions at their house, and you get completely mollywopped in the NFC Championship by, so what was it? Like, let me, if I'm doing the math, 32 points. Gave up seven rushing touchdowns. Yeah, that's a lot. It's a lot. But let's break it down. I mean, just again, going into this game, it was a lot about containing Saquon Barkley. He didn't have like a crazy, crazy rushing stats yard game, 15 carries for 118 yards, but he did have three touchdowns. His first two carries had two touchdowns. That first touchdown, again, 60 yards, just poor tackling, not send the edge. And the second one was just the easy walk in. As much as people want to blame the refs for this game, like at the end of the day, the Eagles are just more stacked. The roster, you got to give kudos to Howie Roseman, how he built this team. It's just incredible. And there was a lot of fans, a lot of trash talk going into this game. My boy D was there. I was going live with him on Instagram, and Eagles fans just trashing him. So as much as I hate to say it, I'm rooting for the Chiefs because I can't stand Philly fans. And if you are supporting your divisional rival in the Super Bowl, there is something really wrong with you. So I think right now it's Chiefs Kingdom all the way. But again, you go up 3-0. That first drive was a long drive. I think it was like 18 yards. Ended up being a field goal. Shout out to Zane Gonzalez. He made all of his kicks today. Tressway, the fake punt, that was amazing because you were down 14-3. Tressway throwing a dot to Benson. And Benson did something, which is great to see. Interesting to see how his role is next year because, again, we didn't really see much from the second rounder this year. So hopefully we'll see more of him next year. But that was a dot. Tressway, Dan Quinn, man, he's got those big cojones. I mean, again, like we've seen it from time and time again, going for on fourth down. And I think that first drive, the Commanders went for on fourth down, I think two or three times. So again, Jayden Daniels did the best he could. He finished 29 of 48, 255 yards, a touchdown, and an interception. Interception didn't really matter because then that was the end of the game. He was just trying to make a play. And also, he led the team in rushing, six carries for 48 yards and a touchdown. That rushing touchdown was amazing on 3rd and 1, finding a hole and just making a play with his legs. Going into this game, I emphasized that you can't really win a game if your quarterback, again, Jayden Daniels, is leading the team in rushing yards. It's just the reality situation is that he was trying his best out there. He really was carrying. He was looking like LeBron in those early years in the Cavaliers early on in his career, where he was just carrying that team to the NBA Finals. And Jayden Daniels, what a rookie season he's had. I mean, I can just talk about the stats right now: 4,135 passing yards, 29 passing touchdowns, 10 interceptions, 69% completion rate, 978 rushing yards, six rushing touchdowns. First playoff burst since 2020. First playoff win since 2006. First NFC Championship game since 1991. The best rookie QB season ever, and has an entire city behind him. Thank you, number five. Was a tweet I saw on X. And what else can you say? He really put this team on his back. There was some underthrows that he had early on in the game, but playing in Philadelphia just isn't easy. Jalen Hurts, I give him a lot of criticism, but he was balling out today. I still think Jayden Daniels was the better quarterback in the game, but Jalen Hurts with 20 of 28, 246 passing yards, one touchdown, and with his legs, only 10 carries for 16 yards, so really limited him on his rushing. Will Shipley, I mean, the rookie came in, they were already up by like three or four possessions, four carries for 77 yards. I thought he was going to score in that last play. Benjamin St. Just hawked him down at all people. But again, like it's a bright future here in DC. I ultimately think that this is the brightest. This team has the brightest future compared to any other NFL team right now. The reality situation is the roster just wasn't that good compared to Philly, and arguably you could say it probably wasn't the best roster going into the play compared to the other playoff teams. You bring in veterans, you bring in these young guys 1 year deals, and it's going to be interesting to see how Adam Peters does this offseason about who he brings back. So again, going back to the game, they were in it. They were really in it. It was 34-23, and I'll talk about it. I can go to the turnovers. I mean, turning the ball over, let me see how many times it was. Four times to Philly zero. You just can't win. It's in any sports league, you just can't win games if you lose a turnover battle, especially by that much of a margin. First fumble by De'Ami Brown. He's been having great playoff.
He's been there's two past playoff games he's had played great against the Bucks and Lions, but this one, I mean, that first one was Zach Baum just hit it out, punched it up, peanut punch. You guys just got to take care of the ball. And then the second one, Jeremy McNichols, he um, fumbled it on the kickoff. You just can't let that happen. And the Eagles scored right before halftime, and they got the ball in the second half. And then Austin Eckler, they're down 34 to 23. It's so crazy because I get it, it's 55-23, but I look like the Commanders really almost came back at some point when they were down 34-23. But Austin Eckler, he fumbles, low throw by Jayden. He gets up, fumbles the ball. Thought Tyler Biadasz had the ball, but the Eagles player was ultimately down when he recovered the fumble. So just it's backbreaking. And the interception, just it is what it is. It was great play by Mitchell. At the end of the day, the Eagles were they were the better team. They were prepared. We just didn't look like we knew what we were doing out there. And the referees, I mean, time of possession was pretty even. They had 229 rushing yards, passing yards. We outgained them by 21. They had 119 more total yards. It's just the reality of the situation is just we just need to beef up this offensive line and defensive line. Couldn't really get any pressure on Jalen Hurts early. AJ Brown doing what he wants. That 4th and 5. I'm not gonna lie, it looked like it was a holding call, Saquon on Frankie Louvu, but the refs like they're not gonna do you any favors when you're playing in Philly. So I just feel like it sucks. And Marshawn Lattimore, his future here in DC is just his tenure so far just hasn't been that good. I'm not giving up on him, but the reality of the situation is you can't be fighting dudes when you're being a liability on defense. It was kind of interesting to see how they gave him a flag on that touchdown when his helmet was ripped off and didn't really penalize AJ Brown. I thought that was very questionable. And then the tush push, I admire Frankie Louver for even trying to stop it because at the end of the day, like it's unstoppable. And as much as I hate to see it, it's OP. Like I think Roger Goodell has to go this offseason and review it. If you're gonna change the kickoff, if you're gonna change special teams, bringing the extra point back, consider this tush push thing maybe a reviewable thing because it's just unstoppable and it just sucks because obviously the Eagles are in a division, so we play them twice a year, and maybe I'm just complaining and being a baby, but yeah, it was just so funny to see Sean Hockley saying that if the team keeps doing the same penalty over and over again, they're going to be rewarded a touchdown. That was that was very funny, but again, 7 rushing touchdowns, it's just that's a lot. I think 55 points is the most points scored in a conference in NFL history. Ah, man, dude. But I think this game just shouldn't take away from the fact that what a great season the Commanders have. I've been a fan since '08. I mean, we're 14-5, 12-5 in the regular season. I mean, going into the season, no expectations whatsoever. Zero, none. I think the line was 6.5, and you come out with two playoff victories. I mean, that Bengals game, Monday Night Football, Jayden Daniels breaking out, showing why he's the best quarterback in the NFL, the 2024 NFL draft. The Bears Hail Mary, the Bears Hail Mary. I mean, again, like beating Philly when you have 5 turnovers. There's more. I think almost beating Dallas, but Austin Cyber ultimately missing the extra point. Terry breaking the record at the buzzer to finish the regular season. Being destroying the Browns at home. I mean, sweeping the Giants. I mean, again, like Jayden Daniels legitimately has brought football back here in DC, and we legitimately can't thank him enough. He is truly one of the best quarterbacks that I've seen in my lifetime, and right now you can put him in the top five category. Definitely this season that he's had blows like the standard. CJ Stroud set the standard for rookie quarterbacks, but Jayden Daniels just put it on a whole different level. And the crazy thing is, he's just scratched. He's not even near the surface because this offseason you're going to put better weapons around him. Shout out Terry McLaurin had a nice touchdown today, a catch and run. Can't wait to see what he does with a legitimate number 2 receiver. So at the end of the day, the Eagles, they had a way better roster. Nick Sirianni had them boys playing. Jalen Carter is a beast. That was dirty that he hit Tyler Biadasz in the eye and only got a 5 rep penalty. Should have been a personal foul because it just you're already offside. Like, what's the point of even hitting the dude in the eye? I think that was just dirty. Jalen Carter, he's a beast, but Eagles are just known for having dirty defensive players. And CJ Gardner-Johnson talking trash to Jayden Daniels on Instagram right after the game. I mean, come on, man. He's a rookie. Like, he was carrying his team. What more could he do? But yeah, man, appreciate the support, guys. We're almost at 1,000 subscribers. I'm not gonna say like I'm like the biggest like Commanders content creator out there. There's way more, but it's been a fun journey this year. Can't believe it. And this is only phase one. Going into phase 2's off season with this amount of cap space with this draft capital.
it's just you gotta love it. But the future is legitimately bright here in DC, and I can finally say that without actually having any hesitation in my head. But yeah, guys, appreciate the support, guys. Go Chiefs, Chiefs Kingdom. I can't stand Eagles fans, and if they win the Super Bowl, win or lose at the Super Bowl, they're gonna destroy the city of Philadelphia. So, yeah, guys, I'm out. Head of the Commanders. Let's go. We got next year, baby. Let's do it.